Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are back.
Yes, indeed.
DJ Caveman, DJ Ironmokey.
Yes, sir.
Guess what else is happening, motherfuckers?
What's that?
We got ourselves some fucking intro, outro music. That's what's first.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We debuted that shit last week.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Brought to you by yours truly, DJ Caveman, producer extraordinaire.
Oh, yeah.
Made that shit in like 2000.
Digging in the vault.
You know, I had to dig in the vault real quick.
Uh-huh.
And pull that shit out just so we can have something, you know what I'm saying? We can't be like just with the applause. I mean, I love the applause, so that's why we kept that shit in. But
oh yeah, man, hell yeah, that's a staple.
But also, yeah, we just needed some fucking music, and nobody sent me no beats, so you know I had to dig in the crates and got my own motherfucking beats.
Yeah, well, shout out to Tom DiNucci. He had the vault, but you got your own vault too, and you had to dig into it.
I had to dig into that shit.
Yeah, man.
We live.
Yes, indeed.
We back live.
Yeah.
You know, situation was real simple. A couple people over the course of like a couple days came up and was like, I really miss you guys when you went live.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the live shows, not that it was any, I don't know, I think the shows are still just as good, but I think that people enjoy listening to us.
Well,
listening to us on the fly.
Yeah, see, the thing that happened when we recorded, we could just like punch up the volume and give a better quality type product going out, like quality control shit. But now, you know, now that we kind of squared and squalled away all of that shit, now we're just riffing because even when we record it, it's just one take and we done. So it ain't no real big change with that.
Right. I mean, it was one take and we was done anyway, but then, you know, we had to spend a couple hours, you know, just, you know, doing stuff. And then if your life gets in the way, then the show don't come out till Monday.
Yeah.
And what good is that if it's a Saturday conversation that don't come out till Monday?
Or Tuesday.
Yeah.
But at least you know what we were talking about on Saturday, though.
No doubt. No doubt. But, you know, you never want to miss your opportunities, your windows and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
But, so we back live. We're going to keep it live for as long as, you know, it makes sense. Shout out to Vinny the Rock Lord.
Yes, indeed.
He's on his way to handle some other shit right now. He's on assignment.
Special
assignment. But they apparently where he got to go, he got to catch a ferry.
Oh,
and they're canceling the ferries because of Hurricane Dorian.
He's going out to Staten Island?
I don't know where he's going, but so he's like, I might have to fly somewhere that he could take a ferry to. So it sounds like an unnecessary expense.
What?
But I mean, listen, the seas are rough right now with Hurricane Dorian. You know, shout out to my homie DV Gargod, aka Dorian Simmons. You know what I'm saying? Wild producer out there in the desert right now.
Yeah, didn't you make that beat back in the day when you was
back in the day? Yeah, man. We used to have like, I wouldn't call it like a beat competition, but like I worked the day shift and he worked the night shift, so I'd come home and there'd be like a beat on the workstation, and I'd be like, damn, I can't let this dude like outwork me. So then I'd make a beat and then I'd go to sleep and he would come back. You know what I'm saying? And like, oh, okay,
I see
what you did. And then, or he would finish beats, or like we would come in just be like drums, and we just finish beats and shit. So you know, shout out to that dude. I ain't seen him in a minute. I'm sure he's doing good.
You know what that kind of remind me of? That remind me of that episode of Cosby Show when homeboy was tap dancing with Bill Cosby. It's like challenge.
Oh yeah. Who was that?
That's an excellent question. I'll leave that.
I feel like it was what's his name?
I kind of sprung that pop culture shit on you though.
I know, right? Real easy.
I got to reposition myself in the mic.
He did the other tap dance movie.
Nah, it wasn't Gregory Hines.
No, it wasn't Gregory Hines. But the dude was in
the older dude.
The older dude, yeah. He was in that movie too.
Well, you know, we'll leave that up for our listeners to research and holler at us about that. Cause
I'm glad you can do that shit because it's gonna bug me forever now, and I'm gonna have to go back and find the episode on YouTube and shit.
Sandman.
That's what it is?
Yeah. See? People holler at me and give me the answers. See? That's what I'm saying. Like, give it up for the listeners so that way the listeners can help out with that. See?
Oh, who that listener? Who shot him out?
There's also Sandman Sims from the Apollo.
Oh, yeah. Oh, all right. Well, shout out to Andrea out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Andrea.
She's listening live. She's a loyal. We still don't have a name for our
listeners.
We just can't have Hive at the end, and I'll be okay with it.
Yeah, I was trying to think of it, and I was like convies.
We can't.
But it sounds like convicts.
Like convicts.
Yeah.
Nah, we can't have that.
Nah. We don't want to go with our listeners are the convicts. But if we get listeners in prison, that's cool too. Shit. Fuck it. They need to be entertained and informed as well.
Yeah. But they gotta
to people locked up.
We need a name. We need a name for the hive. We can't call it a hive.
Yeah, and I don't know why.
I don't know. It's just like
we gotta find a name for the clan.
The clan. All right. Yeah.
Well, damn. Even
I don't know if we can use the clan either.
Well, either way,
we need to find a name for our conglomerate.
Our group. Our followers. Our squad.
Our squad.
Our posse.
Our posse.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll workshop this shit down the road. But
my posse was on Broadway yesterday.
Oh, where? For real?
Yeah.
Or some what's his name? Shit.
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Yeah, my posse's on, bro.
Shout out to Sir Mix-a-Lot, yo.
That beat was hard.
That's one of the hardest beats. It's one of the hardest beats ever. Ever. That 808 sound was still the classic sound.
Yeah, you hear the bells tolling for that shit too, right?
I know, right? We live from Andem Street Studios once again.
Yeah,
live. From Andem Street Studios, you know what I'm saying? And when we record, we got the windows open in this motherfucker so you can hear all the sounds that's coming out.
We had to wait for the trucks to go by first before we went back live. That's what took us a little bit long.
Right. We're about to be back on our regularly scheduled programming, 10:30 Saturday morning. But we're still going to keep it as a Saturday conversation because, black folks run late all the time for no reason.
Yeah, Shit happens. Life happens.
Hey, we call it 10:30-ish. So tune in.
Yeah, we'll be in the 10:30 zone.
We'll be in the 10:30 zone. We go on. Hey, what time is your show? 10:30-ish. 10:30, 10:45. Yeah.
You know what? If you tune in at 10:30, and if we're not there, you still gonna be there. We gonna show up in that zone.
Hey,
but you didn't peep that Wu-Tang shit on Hulu though.
Nah, man, I don't have Hulu, man. Fuck, I don't fuck with Hulu.
I have a problem with Hulu where, and I've said this before, where you got to pay for the service and they still showing you commercials. Like they had Hulu back in the day, and then they had Hulu Plus, and with the Hulu Plus, you were supposed to get no commercials, but then they just did away with all of that and just started showing you commercials on the paid platform. Well, all that aside, it's the Wu, so I'm rocking my hoodie today too, my Wu Knicks hoodie. Basketball season's right around the corner too.
Football season has returned though.
But football season has returned.
Shout out! University of Michigan plays at noontime, so we gotta finish so we can get the.
Oh yeah, they play Army today too, right?
I think so. Yeah.
All right.
And I didn't look at the schedule. I just know that they play at noontime.
Nah, see, I pay attention. You're my boy, so I'm like, let me see what my man's gonna be talking about. So we rock with you like that.
Should be a easy victory. Week one in college football is always like a fluff game.
No, don't let Appalachian State happen again, B.
Yo, no, that's some bullshit. That was some bullshit.
Yeah. So you see how I
bullshit.
That's what I'm saying. Don't let no Appalachian shit happen again.
Always bringing up the old tough memories, man. That's the only side effect to being like a fan of Michigan sports. Like there's a lot of winning, but it's like not a lot of championships unless you're the Red Wings. But also there's just like so much like athletic disappointment. Like you can find like everybody's highlight reel got like some Michigan sports team getting fucking dusted
not
off.
As much as the Knicks, B. Like I didn't even know Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game came against the Knicks.
Oh, of course it did. Because the Garden.
Of course.
The Garden. Everybody got to play lights out in the Garden.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, Kobe scored at least 81 against Toronto.
True.
I'm glad he didn't do that shit against the Knicks.
But Jordan torched y'all.
Oh, come on, man. Come on.
Jordan torched y'all. See, hey, but at least y'all don't got the timeout.
Yeah, that's true.
Y'all don't got the timeout.
That's true. We got a lot of hard losses. I'm going to tell you that. Like, if anything, y'all won the championship more recently than we won the championship.
Is there a harder loss than the timeout?
We could go football and how your Bills and your boy missed that field goal in the Super Bowl.
I don't think that's worse than the timeout.
Ooh.
It's not worse than the timeout. It's not worse than the Hail Mary.
Worst loss.
The Hail Mary against the Lions when Aaron Rodgers threw that like 65-yard Hail Mary into the end zone.
But that wasn't the Super Bowl. That wasn't the championship.
On Thursday Night Football.
No. See, if anything, in order for it to be on the level of the timeout, it has to be a championship game.
What about the playoffs?
No.
When
It has to be a championship.
When LeBron scored 155 points in the fourth quarter against the Pistons.
Again, the timeout.
That shit hurt, man.
No, but the timeout was during the championship game.
That's true.
So it wasn't.
That's true.
It wasn't like there was another game after that. It was the last game.
True.
So you see, even Bill Buckner, that shit wasn't even the last game. They had another game.
They had another game. Yeah, they did have another game.
So you can't even put that on that level. I'm trying to think. Because that's why I went with the field goal. Because that was the last game. That was a Super Bowl. And that was against my Giants. Go Giants. Yeah, that's probably...
I don't think there's a game worse than a timeout. I'm sorry. The timeout was like devastating, dog.
Yeah, it's hard. And it was college, too, so it was kids.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even like... Well, I don't want to say paid professionals. It just wasn't...
But they show that shit
It just wasn't professional players.
They show that shit every single year, too.
Yeah.
There's a whole documentary...
Yo, I
30
actually...
for 30.
There's a thing on YouTube called Beef, and they have like where certain beef started, like Jalen Rose versus Chris Webber, and just watching like how a lot of that beef went about and how it stemmed from a lot of other shit and it festered throughout the years. I'm like, wow. And then they have some other beef series like I forgot, like Shaq versus Dwight Howard, like how Shaq is always roasting Dwight Howard
and Charles Barkley.
Everybody's always roasting. Well, no, but it's more so Shaq because Shaq is like, yo, he's not the real Superman.
All that
kind of shit. You
know? He was on. I was listening to him on sports radio.
Who,
and
Shaq?
On Shaq, yeah, and he was. They were asking him about like Dwight Howard, and he was like, all he kept saying was, "Look at my stats in 19 whatever playoffs. Find another power forward or center with better numbers." Oh, you can't? All right.
Well, see.
He was like, they'll never be able to take the most dominating away from me.
I'm not going to say too much about Shaq because Shaq will crush me. Number one.
Yo, Shaq, come get these buckets.
Yeah, Shaq's not a shooter.
That's right. That's why I know I'm gonna give him the buckets. I just gotta get a clean shot.
But I hit him when it comes.
Right. I just gotta get a clean shot against Shaq, and it's a wrap.
I hit him when it comes.
Fucking Shaq will fucking probably toss my shit into the stands.
Oh yeah, nah. I'm still not fucking with him either way.
I'll still give him the buckets though. Anybody can get the buckets, especially you, Charlie Ward. Basketball season is returning.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So I mean,
I saw how you had that. What's it called? Fuck Out of Here Fridays.
Fuck Out of Here Fridays is coming to a phone near you.
Yeah, we're kind of getting off the football scene.
We'll get back to the football scene. We got football. Listen, every Friday, you need to tune in. I'm not going to go live. I'm going to just put that shit on the YouTube page.
Yep.
And I'm going to share it with the world.
On YouTube.
Saturday conversation. #label out. Fuck Out of Here Friday. That's where we get to just, instead of like jumping on the soapbox, you know what I'm saying? There's going to be a lot of time that I'm going to be on my box, but Fridays is going to be the special day for the special kind of fuckery that motherfuckers is getting involved in, where I just can't wait for the show.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the show. The shit is just, I gotta get to it like immediately.
Let them know.
I mean, there's going to be a lot more videos. We'll do a lot more video content.
So for the people that missed it, let them know exactly what this Fuck Out of Here Fridays was about.
So Fuck Out of Here Fridays, the first one. You know,
you didn't even know the story until I told you about it too, or did you see it?
No, I saw it, and it was all over the news. And then you sent it to me, and I was like,
"Fuck out of here!
Fuck out of here with this shit, man!" Motherfucking LeBron James, you allowing for me to like be able to hate you publicly, and it's real easy. And like,
okay, go ahead.
A glass helmet, motherfucker. Glass, dog. Like
Pyrex shit.
Like Pyrex, that shit. Anyway, I'm not gonna go all the way into my feelings on this one like I did on the Fuck Out of Here Friday.
And before we came up, I was trying to like logic it with you, and I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna get that deep into it with you. But I was like, I understand his concept and his logic behind it.
Motherfucker, this is a motherfucker doctor.
Because it's like for Colin Kaepernick to be seen as a person this is what and this is kind of a stretch, but for them to be seen as like a person and be recognized as a person, you have to be able to see them. So when you see them, be like, look, dog, I see you. And I recognize you as being a person. But in football, you got a helmet. You don't see them. Like, unless they like take their helmet off or like doing some kind of wacky Odell Beckham shit on the sideline, like the camera's not going to be on you unless like the main quarterback or you just got the interception. Other than that, like you're not going to know who the placeholder is. In all honesty, you're not going to know who the long snapper is. So you see some big motherfucker in the supermarket and you be like, "Yo, who's this dude?" Be like, "Yeah, I play for the Jets." Like, no, you don't, motherfucker.
First of all, the helmets only cover your motherfucking hair, dog. They cover your forehead to the back of your head.
Yeah, your
motherfucker, your scalp and shit.
Yeah.
Second of all, football is not the only sport where they don't know what these motherfuckers look like. Baseball players don't even wear helmets, and you could be in a restaurant with a fucking baseball player and not know who the fuck they are, dog.
Nah, you're in the field though, and they can see you in the dugout easily.
Nah, baseball players look like regular ass dudes.
Yeah,
and I bet you fucking $100 we could go into Boston and be in the same restaurant with any motherfucking hockey player. And you won't know who the fuck he is. If he's not like, you know what I mean? Like you could be sitting having drinks next to a fucking Major League Baseball player and not know who the fuck they are. However, football players are like gigantic for no reason at weird parts of the year. Like you can spot an NFL football player across a room because the motherfucker's probably like 6'8".
And he always got flip flops on.
No, but like football players are like super strong dudes. Like you just looking at him, and be like, "Yo, that dude probably plays in the league." And they're flashy. They got watches and shit. Like
all of them are flashy.
They're fucking flashy, dog.
You think that white lineman got gold and like one of them ghost face?
Nah, but if you walk out to the parking lot, they got a gigantic ass truck. On some 30s.
Because the dude weighs 400 pounds. He needs a car to support himself.
All I'm saying is, listen,
he needs that Suburban that got that extra support system and suspenses.
I had Michael Irvin was in my club a couple weeks ago for Thursday Night Football or whatever it was. And
Michael Irvin, Cowboy. Is he a Hall of Famer?
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer. Okay.
And I looked across the room and I said, "That guy looks like Michael Irvin."
Well, Michael Irvin got this preacher look.
And then he stood up, and I was like, "That's definitely Michael Irvin. Like he's still in shape. You know what I mean? Like you can spot an NFL guy with or without a helmet, but that's not like the fucking helmet's made out of glass. He didn't say plexiglass. He didn't say like a hard like carbon fiber plastic. Like, and then when he held it up, it didn't even have like a real grill. It was just like it looked like an ice sculpture." It looked like an ice sculpture. And then I was like, please, like, I get the symbolism that he maybe was trying to come across with. Maybe. But then...
It could just be the ultimate troll, though.
But, nah, I don't think so, because on YouTube...
Yeah, that's why I was like, yo... when you was like, yo, he's just trolling, I'm like, yo... you got a lot of money if you trolling to pay for a prototype like that, B. Like, you just got money where... You just got money to, like, waste. Like, you got Shaq money. And speaking about Shaq,
so
kind of
also on YouTube is the Glass Helmet Project, tackling one of football's most unique challenges. Also by these uninterrupted motherfuckers. Like this is like a real fucking situation right now.
I don't think it's going to be a movement that much because it's going to be like, okay,
no, because
we understand where you're coming from, but no,
because it's fucking dumb. LeBron James played football at a high level. He could have played D1 college.
No, not a high level. He played high school.
But I'm saying he was Mr. Football in Ohio.
Well, when I was thinking about level, I was thinking about college and NFL. I was thinking about those stages.
He didn't go to college, but
he performed at a high level.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he probably could if he didn't go straight to basketball, he probably could have played in the league.
Oh yeah.
But that aside from all that other shit. He knows better.
He's like the reverse Randy Moss because Randy Moss could have played basketball.
Yeah, he knows better than to say out loud that glass helmets is like the wave of the future. Like he'd been hit with a helmet on. He knows that shit, and the helmet didn't even have no pads in it. So that's why this motherfucker got the fuck out of here Friday, first edition. Fuck out of here Friday, because fuck out of here, dog.
Okay. So I was going to transition back to football and say, well, you know what? I see Shaq is like the new spokesman for Papa John's. And like how Papa John's, you remember like how last year?
Shaq been the spokesman for Papa John's since last season.
Well, now they're pushing him out there more heavy because like watching Thursday Night Football with the Bears versus the Packers, they were pushing that commercial with Shaq as like the CEO or whatever the position that they was giving him. And I'm like, oh wow, this is different, you know. And then even also looking at the opening night, I didn't catch all of the performances, but I was like, and I was saying to myself, I'm like, yo, I wonder if Meek Mills is gonna be the opener, seeing that Jay-Z is now working with the league and the criminal reform. Yo, they gotta get Meek Mills out there. And true indeed, they have Meek Mills out there. And the ill thing was like, yo, he was doing that song, "Real niggas, what's up? Real niggas," but he didn't say it. The crowd was saying it, and they could pick it up on the mic. Yo, that shit was funny to me. I was like, yeah, this shit is a trip. And when you really look at the crowd, there was a high percentage of the crowd that was not in the quote-unquote minority bunch. So when when it came time for them to go, "Real niggas, what up? Real niggas, what up?" Again, a lot of those people that were saying that, he didn't say it. Meek Mills didn't say it himself. The crowd did. And a good portion of that crowd were not minorities. So I just wanted to make that little point.
I didn't.
You didn't catch that?
I didn't catch that part.
No, but I figured I didn't tell you that pre-show or none of that. You know, I figured I'll leave that for the
I didn't even see it. So
well,
I don't even know.
No, it's half the battle.
I don't even know what was happening with that.
No, but I was like, yo, Jay-Z was going to get Meek Mills to perform some way, somehow, now that he's a part of that.
Some way, somehow. I'm sure it was going to happen.
But with football, man, like, with some of your predictions, like, what do you think your Lions are doing this year?
Lions are going to go 11-5. I already been telling people
11-5.
11-5. Dog.
In that division?
Listen, the NFC North.
That division is as tough as the Steelers division.
Yeah, listen, the NFC North is the toughest division in football right now.
Isn't the Vikings also?
Top to bottom, they can end up with 3 teams in the playoffs. They're the only division in football that can end up with 3 teams in the playoffs.
Wait, so there's the Vikings?
There's the Vikings, the Bears, the Packers, the Lions.
Wow.
And I got the Lions going 11-5, which means they need to
wow.
But the division's going to beat up. I don't see anybody going perfect in that division. Nobody's going to go 4-2. There's going to be a bunch of teams that maybe go 3-3. So you got to really win your games on the road right now.
That's lofty.
Of course.
Like, who's your wide receiver? Come on now.
Marvin Jones is their top wide receiver. He's going to have a breakout year, but they're going to do it with defense and with their running game. They finally got a decent running game. Kerryon Johnson's a monster.
Okay.
And then the only shaky part
about their offensive line?
The only shaky part about the Lions is that you never know which Matthew Stafford you're going to get.
You're going to get 4 touchdown Matthew Stafford?
Or 5 interception Matthew Stafford. So we need
2 touchdowns, 5 interceptions?
We need him to be 5 touchdown Matthew Stafford every week, except for those 5 weeks that they lose.
Okay.
But it's a tough division. I'm calling right now 3 teams from the NFC North are making the playoffs.
I remember you were saying too. You were glad that they went 0-4 in the preseason because previously they've been winning the preseason.
Yeah, they go 4-0 in the preseason, and they have a fucking shitty ass year.
But this year they went 0-4 in the preseason, so you're kind of you're hopeful for that.
I'm predicting the reverse. The year they went 11-5, I think they won like 1 preseason game. So
they won no preseason game. So
so maybe they might go 12-4. You never know. But
see,
again, toughest division in football.
See now,
3 teams. I'm saying it right now. Mark it down. Write it down on your fucking calendars. 3 teams from the NFC North are making the playoffs.
Yeah, I can see that.
3 teams. Although Packers and Bears, that first game on Thursday looked like absolute dog trash, but the defenses played lights out.
Oh, it was a pitching duel.
The defenses played lights out. So
that was the equivalent of a pitching duel.
Aaron Rodgers didn't play any football in preseason.
Yeah, there's a whole new offense.
Second year for Trubisky, right? Second year.
Yeah, Mitch Trubisky. Yeah.
So he's still got some growing pains, but I mean, I don't have a fantasy football league in this, so I can just sit down.
Oh, no fantasy this
year? No. I haven't played fantasy in like 5 or 6 years, man.
Oh, where?
And nobody invites me to their fantasy team because they don't.
Oh shit!
They don't want to lose. I guess I don't really know.
Oh damn! If I would have known that, we needed a 10th person. So homeboy that was the commissioner, he got his father into the league.
Oh damn! I'd have popped in that motherfucker.
Oh shit!
It's all good.
And it's winner take all, so I think it's like $250 this year.
Oh shit! I'd have popped in, man. But you know what? I'll get to it and actually enjoy watch. Like when I was doing fantasy, I wasn't really watching the games. That's why I don't gamble on football.
Yeah, I don't like to gamble. I don't want to lose my money on something I really don't have a hand in actually changing the results in.
I don't know. I put some money in a couple games last year, but
nah.
You know, I won a little bit, I lost a little bit.
Nah, because and this is the thing, because it's football season, I have two teams, and people are like, oh, you can't have two teams. I'm like, look, the problem with having two teams is that it hurts doubly when both your teams stink, and then the cherry on top is when your fantasy team stinks too, where you just want to put them in a basket and push them down the river like they're Moses and shit, and like, yo, you ain't God now, B. Like, you know how many fantasy teams I wanted to do that with? Because like I'm like, yo, my fantasy team stinks. The Giants are stinking this year. The Steelers are stinking this year. I'm like, so I'm getting it from all sides. So having two teams, it's like, yeah, I'm kind of splitting the difference, but yeah, I was born a New York Giant fan, but once I started learning football, I became a Steeler fan. So, and I remember you kind of had two teams too. Like your team back in the day was the Bills.
Yeah, no, I'm still like I like the Bills, man. I fucks with the Bills, man. Like they're terrible. They've been terrible for a long time, but like
yeah, Cornelius Bennett ain't walking through them doors.
No, neither is Thurman Thomas. But
nah,
you know,
hell no.
He was the dude in Madden, man. Like
Jim Kelly ain't kicking down no doors.
No. But the Bills.
See what I did there?
Yeah, I seen that.
The karate kick.
But you made me lose my train of thought, man. Motherfucking Bills. They play in the AFC East, man, which is like easily the most trash division in football.
Oh my goodness.
And it's not. Listen, I'm not gonna be that dude. I've never been that dude like to be like, oh, the Patriots are only good because they're in a trash division. But it's not their fault.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It's not their
fault.
Those
other organizations stink.
It's not their fault that the rest of their fucking division sucks. It's like they're good enough to play with the big dogs because you already know they got six Super Bowls, right? Yeah. So they're good. Yeah. But they just got the easiest path because they play in it. It's like the teams that come out of like the back conference. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, like team of the Big East will take down your whole whack conference.
Yeah.
Type thing.
You know, they come out of it's like Gonzaga. You know what I mean? Gonzaga was that? Like they came out of the MAC, right?
I think so.
It's like some small ass conference.
Like you come out of the Big Sky conference.
Yeah, it's like they coming out of a division where like the teams are just not as good. So it's like fuck it, why not?
You know what?
Why not? Because they still got to get to the playoffs and they still got to beat those teams.
Speaking locally, the Atlantic 10 division, and like, this is the thing I don't like about college football anymore, or just college sports in general. Like, there's no more Big East. Like, the Big East got like the Paul. They got teams from Texas. I'm like, yo, that's not motherfucking Big East. Big East is St. John's, UConn, like Providence, Georgetown. Like, it's Syracuse. Like, that's like the Big East. Maybe Miami, but. Like the way things have shuffled and the way the deck has shuffled, but like
the difference
to your
really
point
is
like
that
the A10, and then you got somebody from the ACC playing in the A10. So you got Duke playing against like URI, and so they got an easy motherfucking path. It's like, yo, we just practice it now. So then when they go up against like Kentucky, and like Kentucky got to beat up on other teams, Arkansas, and get through the Alabama and go through that kind of death row of teams. Once they get to you, it's like, damn, we're beating up, and you're all fresh. The
perfect example is like Clemson.
Yeah, well, not Clemson. Like Georgia's good. Georgia's always been solid. Come on, Matthew Stafford's from Georgia. They gotta be solid.
Matthew Stafford's from Texas.
No, he played football. The college he played for with Georgia. My point is they're a solid team.
Nah, Georgia's always there.
They got solid players.
Clemson's always there. Bama's always there.
South Carolina's thing too. They're solid. Didn't they have Clowney?
They like one guy here and there is not like. Yeah. I mean, the Jets are good sometimes too.
But you see, I'm glad you made that point because remember how last week, and I was listening to the show last week, and I was saying how I didn't really put Tyler in a position to appreciate his actual production because if anything, when you look at the Patriots, only time they talk about their wins, they always say, "Oh, Tom Brady's won this amount of Super Bowls." They don't ever associate any of the wins to the defense. It's not like Ty Law could be like, "Oh, I'm the reason why we won." Like, no, all the wins go to the quarterback. When you look at their card, you look at their wins and losses. Football, like defensive players, don't have wins and losses on their cards, do they? So it's weird how they always attribute the wins and losses to the quarterback.
It's the premier player. It's like pitchers in baseball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like or goalies in hockey. And the goalie don't do shit in hockey. I mean, they do, but
goalies do.
But I mean, but if their team in front of them, like they might not get any shots on goal in the first period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or they might get lit up. It really depends on the team in front of them. Mm. But they're the person who gets the credit for the victory or not. You know what I'm saying? Like pitchers just throw the baseball.
All right, so
at least pitchers at least have to fit. Like you do, like the people who get the credit do like the most limited amount of work, with the exception of football, because every play goes through.
Case in point, Trent Dilfer. Trent Dilfer didn't win that Super Bowl for that team. The defense did.
Oh, the Ravens.
Yep. So you see what I'm saying? You could be the starting quarterback and do shit, but if the team wins, it is attributed to him. Like, yo, I won a Super Bowl. But that's why I was going to bring up with Ty Law.
Well, defensive players, they get to say that they were Super Bowl champions, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to bring up with Ty Law. It's like, look, if anything, I'm not a Patriot fan. I've never been a Patriot fan. Me and my father, when we was watching that Bears game, we was laughing at my first football game, and like how people was yelling at my father, "Give that kid a candy! Yo, shut that kid up!" Like, who kid is this? And my father like really almost got beat up when he took me to my first football game, and it was the Bears versus the Patriots out at the Patriots old stadium. And I never liked the Patriots. Never liked them. Even when they sucked. Like, so people calling me a hater, and I was like, nah, I just never liked them. So that being the case, it's like, oh damn, I kind of lost my train of thought there. But I've never liked them. But when it comes to their wins, all the wins go to Tom Brady. I'm like, yo, even as a non-fan, I give you guys at least 3 Super Bowls. Like, just based off what they did, because when Tom Brady first was with the team, he was a dink and dunk quarterback. He was just only, that's why he's so good throwing it to the slot receivers now, is because that's really how he came up. Was just only throwing it to the slot receivers, not really going downfield until he had Randy Moss and Gronk. So, yeah, I'm not a fan, but I could actually speak objectively without, the blind LeBron hate that you got.
It's not blind hate. It's not blind hate. I can see it. It's not blind hate. Like,
yeah, I can see that.
And listen, I respect LeBron for what he does as a basketball player. Like,
as a man?
Right now, he's the most dominant person in the league, and I respect a lot about what he does outside of the game with the school and all that shit.
Yeah.
See my fuck out of here Friday video. I mean, I give him his credit where it's due. Yeah. However, LeBron's people, you need to just fire his whole staff.
Nah.
You need to just fire his whole staff, because they got him doing that fucking bullshit ass HBO shit.
That HBO shit is tight, man.
It's trash.
Nah.
It's trash, because you've been in a barbershop, my dude, and we talked about this on episode 2.
Uh-huh.
You've been in a barbershop, and no matter what motherfuckers is talking about in a barbershop, there's always at least 2 or 3 motherfuckers that's against whatever motherfuckers is talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Jay-Z's the best rapper alive. No, the fuck he's not. There's somebody in there that's going to be like, nah, B.
Nah, when you watch this whole Steve's from Big Daddy King.
Yeah, when you watch this fucking shit on HBO, it's just a bunch of fucking dudes who's licking LeBron's balls the whole fucking time. He says some shit, they're all like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
There's no disagreement. So you can't have a barbershop with no disagreement. That's just not realistic. Fuck out of here.
Well, maybe with you actually pointing that out for the next season, they might bring you on. Maybe. Like, nah, man, yo, I'm not rocking with that shit.
Maybe
that shit ain't cool.
Maybe they should, because this barbershop concept is not realistic.
No, niggas got too much ego.
Even on what the fuck is
people got too much egos to go on there and just start in fights and shit. Because
where's the discussion? There's no discussion. It's just LeBron says some shit and everybody else is like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I feel you on that.
Word.
Even on Bill Maher's show, there was some back and forth. That's what makes good television.
Yeah, but you see, that's why we have this kind of conversation. Yeah, I might not agree with you about a lot of things, but I entertain you on it. And I actually pay attention. I'm like, all right, you know what? Charlie Walker get them buckets. All right, I'm going to let you say that.
Yeah.
You know what? You don't like Beyonce. I'm going to let you say that. I don't like Taylor Swift. You will let me say that.
Oh yeah, Listen, I'm not
a Taylor Swift fan. I'm not going to go down that road again.
I will say this:
I don't want to get hit with
her newest album is absolute garbage.
Whatever,
but I'm fair. Listen, I love you.
I don't give her a chance.
I like you as much as I hate you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could do some good shit. I'm gonna applaud your good shit. I'm like, good shit. But But then the second you do some terrible shit again, be right there.
You know what? One person that I do hate a lot, and I can't stand, is Jeremy Lin, the basketball player.
Is he even still in the league? Like,
nah. The reason why I brought him up, because motherfucker was all crying about, the league don't want me no more.
Ain't he from Brooklyn?
Nah, fuck that dude. He ain't from Brooklyn. Jeremy Lin?
I think he's from Brooklyn.
Nah, fuck that. He ain't from no fucking Brooklyn.
Oh, no, man.
Fuck that dude.
I think Jeremy Lin's from Brooklyn. We're about to see.
He's from East Detroit.
Yeah.
South Central Detroit. Fuck that dude.
Hold on, we're going to see where Jeremy Lin is from
you
now.
Look that up. I don't want that on my search history. Fuck that guy.
Oh, yeah, he's not even in the league no more. He plays in Beijing.
China.
Yeah, he's in China. He's in China
because he was crying. And people were like, yo, Jeremy Lin got a championship and he should be in the league. Fuck that.
Oh, no, he's from California. That's why.
California.
All right.
No, I don't want to put that. I don't
He played in New York, though, man. He should.
Nah, I see. He was
Linsanity was born in New York, man.
A motherfucking thief. Yeah, anybody could. This is the thing. Anybody could have a couple of great games, but then when it's on you to do it all the time as a standard, that's what separates good from great. This guy is a great fraud. That's all the greatness that he has. He's a great motherfucking fraud because this is the thing.
Yo, you really sounding like Stephen A. Smith right now.
Yeah, possibly so, but like it's only geared towards one dude. Like, yeah, I remember what was the dude? Medvedenko. He had a couple of dudes back in the day that he couldn't stand Stephen A. Smith. But nah, with Jeremy Lin, it got to the point that was one of the times when the Knicks made the playoffs with Melo on the team, and with Jeremy Lin being the point guard, what Miami Heat decided to do was like, look. All we have to do is play full court pressure on this dude. This guy can't take 2 dribbles without shitting in his pants. So, true indeed. Took 2 dribbles, throw the ball out of bounds. 2 dribbles, turnover. 2 dribbles, just doing wild, stupid shit. Then he's like, oh, I'm only 80%. I can't play in the playoffs. Motherfucker, you 80%? Like, you can't play? 80%? Then he had this handshake deal with the Knicks, like, all right, you know what, I'm going to re-sign with the team, blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. We'll let you out of your contract. You'll resign, we'll renegotiate, we'll give you money. We'll give you $2 million, opposed to your thousands of dollars that you were making, whatever it was. Backed out of the deal. Motherfucker ended up signing with Houston. So the Knicks let him out of his contract for that rat to go run away and make more money elsewhere. Like, you know what? Fuck you. Yeah, go over there.
Yeah, but if you thought he was a bum anyway, what difference do it make?
No, my thing was just like, okay.
At least you got rid of the bum.
He's showing promise. All right, he's showing promise, right? I see where his deficiencies are. I see how he's kind of timid and he's weak-hearted when the pressure's on him and he's folding, right? He's only wanting the glory when, he's gunning Melo out.
That's not possible, motherfucker. Come on, dog.
He was gunning Melo out.
You can't gun Melo out. Melo's ungunnable. As
the point guard,
you can't.
The ball is automatically in your hand.
You can't gun Melo out. Melo is the king of gunning other motherfuckers out.
That's the Linsanity of it all.
That's the Linsanity of it all. That's that weird Knicks fucking...
That's the Linsanity.
You apologetic sounding...
That's the Linsanity of it all.
This motherfucker
He actually gunned Melo out.
This motherfucker said... Carmelo Anthony got gunned out in a basketball game
by Jeremy Lin.
So he only took 40 shots.
Who?
Melo.
Nah, it was probably like 39.
Yeah, all right.
It was 38, and then he got fouled. So I don't know if you counting that one. It was like one of his pump.
Come on, man. Mike Melo's
nah. Well, see, Melo.
That's why he's not in the league right now, because he won't come off the bench because he's like, I'm not going to get
he was willing to come off the bench.
No, he said, that's why it didn't work.
Fuck D'Antoni too, man. Like D'Antoni was the dude. I swear, I think it was D'Antoni. No, it was either. I gotta do my research and find out what coach Linsanity was festering underneath. Because I don't think it was D'Antoni.
It's probably, what the fuck is his name?
It probably was D'Antoni. Fuck that dude.
No, it might have been, what's his name? The little motherfucker who was holding on to his brother's in the league, too.
No. It wasn't underneath the Van Gundy reign.
Yeah.
Van Gundy wouldn't have let that shit happen. It was either Mike Brown or, Nah, I'm not fucking Mike Brown.
It was under Van Gundy.
Nah, it wasn't under Van Gundy. It was more likely under D'Antoni. But either way, yeah, I see how we kind of got into the realm of fuck them people.
See,
I don't really rock.
You might have to come up with your own fuck out of here Fridays, dog.
Yeah.
No,
but see,
some pent up frustration right now,
see,
man.
It might sound like I'm angry a lot, or like highly aggressive, or passionate, or whatever people want to call it. But no, on the most, like I try to really woosa the scene when I'm off the mic. Like I like to have peace and quiet. I try to have.
This dude only averaged 11 points a game in his career.
Who?
Jeremy Lin.
You're actually doing research on this dude.
I just pulled him up to see where he was from, man.
Matter of fact, just to get totally off of that subject, he averaged 11 points a game. Robert Horry averaged 7 points a game. Now, should he be in the Hall of Fame?
Robert Horry?
Yeah.
No. Robert Horry doesn't have the numbers to be in the Hall of Fame. He'll probably get in.
He got 7 championships.
Because they let everybody in the Hall of Fame in the NBA.
You see, I was going to kind of transition over to Vlade Divac and the new...
Like, the NBA lets everybody in, man.
No, but see, the inductees this year is Sidney Moncrief, Jack Sikma, and Vlade Divac. There's probably some other people like coaches and commentators that I'm missing, but those are the three highlight people. Like Sidney Moncrief, he's before my time. Jack Sikma, he's a little bit before my time, but I remember growing up how we used to play basketball, right? And then Sekou and Asha's father used to say like how somebody used to shoot like Jack Sikma, making Jack Sikma moves. So I knew the name Jack Sikma. So, and then even when we was looking up like top players for their number, like Jack Sikma in basketball, like he's the best number. I think it was like 47 or some shit like that. Oh no, AK 47. He was best 47, but Homeboy was actually the best number, Jack Sikma. But Vlade Divac, though, I'm not sure if he's a Hall of Famer. And this is how I get far away from Jeremy motherfucking Lin.
I don't know about that, but I mean, like I said, they let everybody into the NBA Hall of Fame. Like that's why guys like Sidney Moncrief could get into the Hall of Fame. Vlade,
I never seen Sidney.
Vlade is the inventor of the flop.
All right, so
as an inventor of something where they have to change the rules, that's like an automatic bid.
I was reading what your boy Chris Webber getting to Michigan. Oh damn, and the timeout. My bad. But going back to what Chris Webber was saying about Vlade Divac, he was like, yo, number one, he was before his time. He was one of the big guys shooting the three before.
Yeah.
Right? So I'll give him that. But he was like, he was one of the best passers. I was like, yeah, he was one of the best passers. He wasn't Arvydas Sabonis. He was like, he opened the door for international players. I'm like, the dude that played for, and I'm mad I didn't research his name, but the dude that played for the Nets that died in a car accident, like that dude is boss. Yo,
I don't know, man.
I wasn't a Nets fan, but that dude is killer.
I think Vlade is deserving of the Hall of Fame, so I think that he should get in. You know,
yeah,
I'm excited for him. I mean, the amount of time they took to get Dennis Rodman in the Hall of Fame is still like,
that's a crime.
That's why I can't really fuck with the NBA Hall of Fame guys.
Tracy McGrady's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it took him a long time to get in too.
No, I think Tracy McGrady's like the first or second ballot Hall of Famer.
That's too long.
Too long. Tracy McGrady's
like changed the game, man.
Like, wait, I think you're supposed to be retired for like 5 years.
He's gonna be retired for 5 years. How long has he been retired?
5 years.
Really?
Like, I swear, Tracy McGrady's been retired for quite a while, but I'm like, I don't see him as a first ballot. Like Tracy McGrady,
he don't got no ring, so he's not a first ballot, but definitely a second ballot. But I feel like
he never got out of the first round.
I feel like he retired.
But he got out of the first round with the Spurs, but he was on the bench at that time.
I feel like he retired like more than 5 years ago. But also, I also feel like he was like a prototype big shooter.
Who?
Like McGrady.
Yeah.
Him, Kobe. Yeah. Like all these 6'8", 6'9" guys like with length that could shoot the three and put the ball on the floor.
You know what they were meant to be? They were meant to be the next, not really Grant Hill, but a hybrid of Grant Hill and Penny Hardaway.
Yeah.
Because Penny Hardaway, he was supposed to be like the prototype of the next type of point guard that was big like a Magic Johnson. Because around that time, there was a lot of small, shorter point guards Not Muggsy Bogues, but
well, so T-Mac was hurt a lot too, man. Like
that was T-Mac's downfall is the injuries. You know, a lot of players during that time, like Larry Johnson, a lot of people during that time, the sports science really wasn't where it was supposed to be, or where it is now. Oh yeah, Drazen Petrovic, that was the dude. The dude I was talking about from the Nets that opened up the lane for a lot of international players. Yeah,
yeah.
Ooh, Petrovic. Ooh, him and Derek Coleman and Kenny Anderson. Ooh, that Nets team.
T-Mac retired in 2013.
Kittles, huh?
T-Mac retired in 2013. So
all right. So yeah,
5 years. Yeah, all right. Never mind.
So right when he
was a first ballot.
Yeah, first ballot. I didn't see him as a first ballot, but like players like Robert Ory. Like
Robert Ory's getting in just on the strength of the rings. He's Mr. Big Shot, man. Like he's the reason why like when you hit the shots to win the games.
Yeah,
that's what sits with people.
Steve Kerr's a Hall of Famer then.
At some point,
Paxson's a Hall of Famer.
At some point, Steve Kerr is going to get in the Hall of Fame.
I know some of our listeners might want to lobby for B.J. Armstrong to be a Hall of Famer, but if B.J. Armstrong makes the Hall of Fame, I'm not rocking with the Hall of Fame. Like he can make the Bulls Hall of Fame. I'm 100% cool with that.
Nah, but I mean, Steve Kerr's going to make the Hall of Fame as a player and a coach because he's going to have
as a player. Well, he got rings too.
He got rings. Steve Kerr was on like all of those Bulls teams.
But Cliff Livingston got a bunch of. Cliff Livingston had a bunch of rings too for the Bulls.
Yeah, but did they play the same role?
Yeah,
like you know what I mean. Steve Kerr was hitting like Jordan was passing Steve Kerr.
When you say roll, all right, you got to hit a shot.
He was coming in. He was coming in off the bench and keeping the score going. You know what I mean. And now as a coach, he got.
How are you going to weight it? Though?
He got 3 more rings, so now he got 9 rings.
How are you going to weight it though? Because like somebody could get the big steal.
Nah, it's not about the big steal. It's
the big block, or the rebound. Like the shot is the pure indicator of okay, you can get the key rebound.
Steve Kerr came in and moved that offense with like there was no like when he came. I mean, I don't know why he was starting behind B.J. Armstrong, but that's a whole other situation.
I'm not making that argument at all.
B.J. Armstrong, you come get these buckets too. You and fucking Charlie Ward at the same time. I'll give you both old motherfuckers. I'll give you the buckets. And I'm old too, but the jumper is whizzette.
Okay, all right.
See how well I did there? Yeah. Anyway.
I saw you rubbing your stomach and say whizzette.
That's right.
I was looking away as you were saying that. I caught it in my perversion.
Hey, man. When you gotta, sometimes you rub the stomach to help your thoughts.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm a big mother, like big dudes. We rub our stomach when we're thinking about shit.
Yeah, my stomach is getting about that big.
Like what I'm gonna eat later, and like where the fuck I'm gonna go, and what shoes I'm gonna put on today, and
Charlie was at home.
It helps the thinking.
Huh?
Hey, what up, Will?
Hey,
what up, boys?
Will's the
Andem Studios
Courier Master Chef.
Oh yes.
Master Chief. Yeah, everybody's doing good, man.
You're on the live feed.
We're on the live feed. What's up, man? We live.
Whoa, hey everybody! What's up, world?
Yeah, man. Will is one of the nicest dudes, man. For real.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize what time it was. We up against it anyway.
Oh yeah, we're running towards the end here. So we're not going to talk about Malik Yoba. We're not going to talk about no more about Dave Chapelle. We're not going to talk about
Dave Chappelle's the GOAT.
All right.
Malik Yoba likes dudes. That's okay, I guess. Like
they're not dudes anymore.
What are they?
They're women. They once were dudes. Now they're women.
Yeah, so Malik Yoba likes dudes, and that used to be women. There are dudes that identify as women.
You know what?
We're in this weird culture where we have to like put a name on shit. Like I was having a conversation with my vegan friends, and I was like asking them about like, all right, so are you like
vegan?
Are you like a vegan where you practice like it's a lifestyle where you don't wear any animal product at all, no leather belts, no leather shoes, no
silk scarves,
no wool, no silk scarf, none of that shit. Everything's like synthetic or cotton. Or are you just like practicing the vegan diet? And then then I got schooled on like the different levels of vegan, and I was like, everybody got to have their own like specialty lane. Why can't you
4-star vegan?
Why can't you just be like, I eat clean, or I don't eat meat? Like it used to just be everybody was like a vegetarian. Or not.
There's levels to it, B. There's levels to the shits, B.
Aren't vegans vegetarians, though?
In essence, yes.
Okay, so I don't know.
But there's certain.
That's why Malik Yoba still likes dudes.
I see your point.
AB is going to play his way out of $30 million.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
No, not in my opinion. Not if he's got to play at least 2 more seasons.
He's going to get picked up.
Of like high production.
He's going to get picked up.
But if he never plays another game, he might get in, but he's going to get in like late, like 5th, 6th time around.
Nah, he's going to be at least 2nd or 3rd ballot. At least.
Not if he doesn't play another game.
He's going to get picked up. There's guaranteed he's going to. See, what people are going to attribute it to, it's the Raiders. That's all they're going to attribute it to, is that it's the Raiders. Because, listen, Randy Moss had the same issue with the Raiders when he was out there. Even though it was a different regime and everything, he had an issue when he was with the Raiders. When he went to the Patriots, it's a totally different Randy Moss. So it's like, he has time. He's young enough. He doesn't seem like he's drunk. He might be sniffing too much of that dye that's on his mustache, but you know what? He's not the Steelers' problem no more. And this is what I was telling people, like, yo, a lot of people want to fire Tomlin from the Steelers. I'm like, yo, you could just fire somebody, but who are you going to replace him with? Like, look at what he did. He navigated the ship when nobody really knew what was going on with Le'Veon Bell, and they stood their ground. They're like, look, we're not going to give up what you want. Like, this is what we were giving you. You want top running back money. This is Le'Veon Bell with the Steelers. He wanted top running back money plus number 2 receiver money. So he wanted 2 paychecks. And the Steelers like, nah, B, we'll pay you as a top running back. We'll compensate you for that. But we're not going to negotiate like this. So they let him go. Now he's with the...
Listen, maybe he'll get picked up. Maybe he won't. All I'm saying is, if he doesn't get picked up, he's not.
Thirsty-ass Patriots would look to pick him up.
If he doesn't get picked up, he's not a Hall of Famer. If he gets picked up and plays 2 more seasons of high production, then he's a 2nd ballot Hall of Famer at best.
Yeah, because it's the writers that basically. And if he pisses the writers off,
just the numbers, man.
Yo, he really called the GM a cracker.
Yeah,
supposedly
he's gonna get Roberto Alomar. That's why he's not gonna get in. He's going to get in, but they're going to make him wait.
Who's that dude? Not Luis Gonzalez. There was a guy that was like, he turned down $130 million in baseball to play, I think, for the Tigers. And he never got another offer like that again. He was one of the dudes that had the Spanish dudes, kind of the curls. He was tall. He used to play with the, not Julio Franco, the other one that used to play with Julio Franco.
Nah, man, I don't know.
But either way.
I don't even have no reference for it.
Yeah, we're towards the end of the show anyways, but we'll research that for a later time. But, he's going to get picked up. Thirsty-ass Patriots will pick him up. I'll tell you that. You know? So, see what's happening. You have any predictions for this week?
Lions win. Patriots win.
No. Patriots ain't winning. Fuck that shit. They're playing the Steelers, B.
Okay, well, I mean, your prediction is different than mine. Lions win.
Trying to get all extra.
Lions win. Patriots win. Giants don't win. Seattle wins.
Who's Detroit playing anyways?
The Cardinals. The Tyler Murray show coming in week 1. We get a rookie quarterback, man.
Let's go Cardinals.
Win 1. win 1 for the 11-5 season.
Yeah. You need that progress.
But we're about to sign it off.
Oh yeah.
Another Saturday morning conversation. Andem Street Studios.
Yes, indeed.
We back live every week, 10:30-ish.
Yeah, we'll be in the 10:30 zone.
We'll be in the 10:30 zone. So make sure you tune in on all the social medias.
Yeah.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you leave some comments.
iHeartRadio.
Tell us how you feel. Tell us what you want to hear on the show.
Yo, matter of fact,
we back live because of feedback. So, you know what I'm saying? We will shout out to people when they give us the feedback. Shout out to Andrea for doing whatever research she's doing.
Oh yeah, well either way, yeah, thirsty ass Patriots. Yeah, no,
that's your final word, thirsty ass Patriots.
Yeah, let's go Steelers, let's go Giants.
Oh, let's go Steelers, let's go Giants.
Let's go Brooklyn Bullies.
They both gonna get some L's this weekend.
Smoke some L's. Yeah, hit us up on the Facebook because like on our Facebook, like if you have any questions or any comments, like the Peja Stojakovic, Peja Stojakovic is another one. Dragan Petrovic, like helping us out when we're drawing blanks on shit. Yeah, drop us a line on our Facebook and we'll keep it moving. Join the conversation.
Yeah. I mean, you can hit us up on Facebook. I'm probably not going to respond to you, but somebody will.
No, well, the messenger, because now we got to try to get like a social media manager so when we're live, we can have somebody just be like, oh, yeah, people chime in.
Yeah, that's us, man.
Malik Yoba, what it is they had a surgery, now they got a vagina. So now they're a woman.
If they had the surgery.
No, but that's like hanging out with your boy, and then you like, yo,
that's if
your
they had
boy
the
gets
surgery.
a sex change, and now you're sleeping with your boy. Like, nah, B, I can't do that.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's gonna do it.
Yeah.
For another Saturday morning conversation, episode 48, the Jimmy Johnson episode.
Oh yeah.
Also, our return NASCAR for those
Is
of
that
you.
nothing but left turns? Or nothing but right turns?
It depends on the track, but it's usually left turns. But then there's some road tracks where they go left and right.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, we out, man. Catch us next week, Saturday morning conversation. Chill.
Peace. BJ Armstrong.
How'd it go?
Oh, what's
The
smooth?
mics are still on.
Mike's still on.
They're off now.